What's up, folks? What's up, YouTube? What's up? How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's having a good day. It's Tuesday. Doing some non-personal reward CVC here today. I'm gonna play both my accounts, so bear with me if I'm looking around a little bit or distracted. So I'm gonna do my best. Hopefully, you guys have a good one. It's non-personal reward, so nothing too sweaty, right? So get into it. For me personally, like I haven't done anything. I think yesterday I did Iron Twins. I did the Doom Tower stuff. So I basically saved most of the stuff for CVC. Let's check out our matchup here. Di Wong. Di Wong, level 22. Clan of Vietnamese. Nice. Love it. Rank 270. That's pretty fat. Pretty good. Good size clan here. Yeah, cool. Let's see what we got here. We got a small lead going in. We got 2x boost on Fire Knight and Shogun. I don't think we have any Shogun right now. We might. Just double check here. Oh, we don't. Unfortunately, it's not the Ascension tournament, Sand Devil tournament. So no Shogun 2x right now. And yeah, that's it. So all right, let's jump into it. What's up, folks? How's everybody doing? Hello, hello. Good morning. Yes, good morning. It's 5 a.m. for me. 5 a.m. for me. Hopefully, it's a little bit later for you guys. I've been up since 3:30. The last couple of days, I've been up since 3:30 in the morning. It's I don't sleep much. I don't sleep much. There's only 24 hours in a day. There's too many things to do, and no matter how much you do, people want more. People want you to do more. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, it's a lot. But hopefully you guys are doing good. What's up, Nub? There are news today. There's news every day. There's news every day, man. The stock market's going up. Stock market's going down. Tariffs. There's news every day, man. What's up, Hawk? Raid stringing out the Leo stuff has killed my motivation. Me too, man. Me too. It killed me too slightly. Trust me, man. The CCs all feel the same. It's killed them too a little bit. It is what it is. It is what it is. We can wallow in we can wallow in it, or we can embrace it and have fun with it, right? Have fun with it. So what do we got here? Let's do tag team. That's what we do usually. Did you pull your Mortal Soulstones? I have not pulled my Mortal Soulstones. So the thing is right now with the Mortal Soulstones is that we can pull them during CVC or after CVC. So I kind of want to feel it out. I can definitely pull after CVC so we don't accumulate points, or I can pull during CVC if I needed points. I have a lot of Mortal Soulstones on both my accounts. I did go for Wrath with my alt account. Excuse me. So the Mortal Soulstone count on that account is going to be less. But it's still a good amount of Mortal Soulstones. So that's something that I'll have to keep an eye on. I haven't pulled them yet, but most likely I will. I'm planning to during the 2x right now and this deck of fate. Did you see the leaks for the Leo event? Who leaked what, and what Leo event are you talking about? There's been so many leaks. So many leaks about Leo. Who knows? Actually, there's something else. Something else that. Oh, I'm just checking out some of these extra little features here. I'm not too familiar with YouTube stream because I don't stream YouTube stream too often. About maybe twice a month, if even that, usually. Just looking at some of these features here that I can do. Start a question live. Start a poll live. Schedule your live member only stream. That would be interesting. That'll be interesting. What else we got here? Hey Mango, how are you? How are you doing? Just grinding our CVC stuff here. Yeah, tag team's the best points per energy, of course. So that's one of the main reasons to do high tag team, right? Get up there, get some easy points for CVC. At least it's one of the cheaper ways to get the CVC points anyways. So yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. It's a little bit, early. It's 5 a.m. for me, so it's a little bit early. I've been up for about an hour and a half now, so about 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. Kind of normal. We just had daylight savings time. So I don't know if that applies to everybody in the world. Actually, I really don't know if that applies to everybody in the world. Um, but basically we had an hour push backwards. So technically like it would be like 6 a.m. right now, but instead it's 5 a.m. So yeah, I think that's how it works. Is that how it works? I think that's how it works. Just yeah, that's how it works. So technically, I would be usually waking up around 4:30 in the mornings, but lately I've been waking up at 3:30 in the morning. So I think that's how it works. Probably fake, but I saw something about a champ chase that can only be completed with voids. Oh man, oh man, that is nasty. Whoever leaked that hates everybody. That is nasty. Where are you from? I'm from the Pacific Standard Time area, so the West Coast, North America, specifically Canada. I'm Canada. So. Daylight saving time is real in Ireland, and it kills me each time. The kid getting up 1 hour early is amazing. I love it. Yes, we had to figure that out too. So we got the kid going to sleep 1 hour earlier, and then the kid wakes up 1 hour earlier, which is amazing. It's amazing, which means the mornings are a little bit smoother for everybody. 2:15 p.m. Yeah, I mean in Europe, we Raid has a big European player base too, so I have to work with what we got, right? And Plarium's from Europe, so they're, I believe, 7 hours ahead of me, 7 or 8 hours ahead of me. So in order to you know get the most out of working with Plarium, you kind of have to work with them during their office hours, and in order to do that, I need to get up. I need to get up early. That's why you don't see a lot of North American content creators like up at this time, because it's too early for them, right? It's too early. Like for East Coast, it's plus 3 hours. So East Coast is 8 a.m. right now. So it's way more reasonable for an East Coast content creator to be up at this time doing content. But for a West Coast content creator from North America like myself, it's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. Nobody's sane is up at this time playing a damn video game. But I kind of baked it into the schedule. It's part of the grind and all that stuff, right? So otherwise, it's just no time to do anything. If I woke up at 8 a.m., day's over, right? If I honestly woke up at 8 a.m., day's over. I can't get anything done. Gotta get the kid going, gotta go to work. It's just, yeah, nothing's gonna happen for me at 8 a.m. So I have to wake up earlier so I can get some of my raid in, get some of my content in, get some of the community stuff in, interact with people, do admin stuff and whatever. Otherwise, just not gonna happen. So, hey Wolf, what's up, man? In Germany, it's 2:15. Gotcha. Can you please tell Nubs to pronounce merciless properly? He pronounces it merciless instead of merciless. Merciless. I think that's his accent, right? I noticed that too. That everybody has their own kind of pronunciations of things, and I find that very like that's their thing, right? That's their thing. Everybody has their own like interesting or funny or endearing way of pronouncing things, and I think that's their thing, right? But you know what I get? I get a lot of people in comments saying you don't know English because you pronounce things wrong, or why do you stop pronouncing it wrong? And I was like, is it really that wrong? It's like probably just my accent versus your accent, but it's just the way that we just say it, and I think it's fine. But yeah, some things are I would say there is a proper pronunciation for it, but like I think for Nubs, merciless is probably his accent. But yeah, anyways, that's a pretty funny thing that you mentioned that. Sorry, I'm just setting up my alt account here. Got a bunch of energy. Yeah, I got a bunch of energy, so I gotta run it down. Hey Alex, what's up, man? Today, only any CCs are up now for the ones that haven't gone to bed yet. Man, those are some sweaty guys. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's possible. You can play until I can't do that anymore. I can't play games until I can't play games until the middle of the night anymore. I have to sleep at some point, like earlier. Am I missing something? Oh, I must have used the bag somewhere. No. Where's my bag? Oh, I have to do this. Boo. All right, let's do this first then. You guys can watch some faction wars stuff. Oh no, my bag is full. Yeah, fun stuff, guys. Cleaning out inventory, super fun. Keep that. That should be enough. Fudge. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. My gear is such a mess. Ooh, that's a nice glove. It's on the wrong set. It's a pretty nice glove. Didn't roll that good. Yeah. I mean, if it rolled like triple, if it rolled like triple speed, triple crit rate, could be a decent off piece, but those other stats don't need that. So, okay, let's try again. 8 open spots. Sorry, bear with me. This is like the most stupidest stuff. Um, Usually I have some extra stuff floating around, like stone skin or the set's down here. And his speed, we can just try to hit the speed here. 10 speed's not good enough. 16 speed's not good enough either. If I hit again, let's see if I hit again. Why not? 15 speed. I don't think that's good enough for me. Yeah, I got 15 speed here. This one could be good too. This one's probably a little bit better than this one. 15 speed. We have a 15 speed one here already with accuracy. I don't know. Sorry, guys, just making space. It's the most 5-star epics I don't really need. 5-star rares. Let's see this one. Nope. Okay, now we should have enough. Trenda. Speaking of Trenda, I gotta do my Trenda keys today. All right, we're in. Let's go. Hey, Grim, what's up, man? Good morning. No daylight savings in Nigeria. Okay. What's your daily time spent in raid? Good question. On average, I probably spend at least 2 hours a day. On the sweatiest days could be like, I don't know, 5, 6 hours, but it's kind of spread out throughout the day. That's the thing. But generally to do all the daily stuff, it takes me like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Um, if I start doing like, obviously, if I start doing like the clash teams, I usually have to manual like chimera, like I manual chimera, manual some hydras. I also play 2 accounts, so I'm actually on raid quite a bit. But I would say at least 2 hours a day. It's between 2 to 6 hours spread throughout the day. But yeah, something like that. But I play basically every day. I don't miss anything. Would you like to make YouTube your only job? That's a good question. At this point, it doesn't make sense financially. The place where, like, the area where I live is quite expensive, and what I make from YouTube is not enough. It's nowhere near enough. But as something I do that, I as something I do as a side thing, because I play the game, it's very good. So it allows me to play the game, but I make a little bit of extra on the side. So, but as a full time job, I don't see myself as like a YouTuber. Like, to be honest, like I can't, like I find like YouTubers have to be able to jump from thing to thing. I think to be very successful. For me, I can't do that. For me, I basically stick with one thing. Like I would basically play Raid until, I don't know, something happens. Something happens that stops me from playing Raid. And I've been playing Raid nonstop for, 5+ years. I barely ever miss daily clan boss. I barely ever miss the gem refills. Like even the gem mine, I barely ever miss that. Like I'm basically logging in every day, no matter what, at least multiple times a day. So I've made mistakes and pulled yesterday all my soul stones. That's not really a mistake if you care about points. Like if you care about, limiting the amount of points you have, it's not a big mistake at all. So, okay, I need to manual this, otherwise it's gonna get out of hand. Um, oh man, am I gonna? I think Geo can solo him, so let's see if we can get there. It would be nice if we get Trunda back for maybe one more hit. There we go. Let's get Trunda back for one more slam, maybe. Oh no, he sent it back to us. Damn it. Worst timing for everything. All right, Geo getting there and solo him. Obviously you can't play games until the middle of the night. You're getting up in the middle of the night. Exactly. Hey Dixie, what's up, man? Are you welcome? Should I pull for Newt? I mean, Ancient Mercy and have 6-star soul waiting. Is the low odds better than a 1+1? The odds are about 5%. So, I mean, a 1 in 20 shot. It's pretty bad odds. So you can get a 1 in 20 shot of getting Newt, or you can have 2 legendary. I think like mathematically speaking, like you want to take your chances with the 2 legendaries, because you'll just more likely get something useful. Because otherwise you're looking at 1 legendary, and 95% of the time it's going to be random, something random, right? I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting idea to think about though. How long your estimate till you get Polara? Good question. You know what? I'm not really like worried about getting Polara. I'm not going out of my way to finish off some of the conditions. I just kind of do whatever, and if I get like a champion, like a new champion built, and then I want to take them into faction wars, like maybe that champion will help. Then I'll put a little bit more effort into maybe designing something more specific to tackle a condition. But right now, for the most part, like even something like this, I have to wait like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like I can run this in the background, but background battles are so limited nowadays with what you can actually do. It's a bit of a pain. And dwarves is one of my better ones because I could actually full auto it. Some of the other ones I can't even full auto 21. Like they have to, basically run multiple times. So I could run that overnight and then get it to finish, but a lot of them require some level of manual intervention. So yeah, it's not. I'm not at a state with Faction Wars Hard where I'm too bothered by going for Polara, but I'm like 700 something. So I'm in the last quarter, 3/4 done Polara. So and that's without getting really really sweaty. Obviously, should I have long way off? I would panic if I see that in my vault. Yes, I panic every day. What's the best thing to buy with gold bars after Drexar? If you're new in the game, you probably want to spend it on the 6-star accessories. to be honest. The 5 and 6-star accessories, because those accessories would be a pretty decent boost for you. But I would get those after getting energy. So energy would be the big thing. You get 1,000 energy from the shop. And then it would be the accessories. So 5 to 6-star revenge accessories. There we go, 6,000 points. Pretty sweet. Sacred Order, embarrassing. I can't beat this stage. I have this, and I can't beat this stage. I think the boss CCs you or something, or so, I don't know. I forgot what he does. Steals your buffs or CCs you or something. I just haven't went out of my way to build like a full resistance team to beat this guy. Or is it I don't have enough damage? Something like that. I don't know. I just couldn't beat this guy. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. We'll work on it maybe later or something. See, I'm energy capped here actually for the first time. I did my Doom Tower stuff, and then I got some energy, and then I'm now energy capped, so it's a little bit annoying. But yeah, we're gonna do our tag team stuff here. Where's my bag? Where's my bag? There's my bag. Yes, it's a nightmare. The accessories and stuff. My inbox is filling up with gear too, so not a good spot. Did you do the mini games? Yes, all the mini games are up to date. It's it's a little bit of a time sink. 10 minutes. I do 2 accounts, so it's like 20 minutes out of my day. Kind of sucks because it's like full focus, right? You can't do it on your phone, so I can't do it like in transit or something going to work. So I'm bronze tier, probably just energy. Yep, energy. Energy is good. Can you show your geo? Sure. It's in a regeneration set. The regeneration set plus the elixir basically makes him like near invincible for like PvE content. So sometimes like I just use him just to like finish off bosses and stuff like that. And I was kind of testing him for like solo content, just trying to solo Shredder and stuff like that. And then I didn't really change his build. So, but it works against the Faction Wars boss, which is great. But yeah, I can show my build. I got a video idea. If you're not created already, can you make a video prioritizing what we should be doing every day, as time is a big issue for many of us. So we do the most important tasks first. That's a good idea. Yeah. I did something similar, basically just highlighting my day, but I did that maybe like 2 years ago. So I can definitely revisit that, what you need to do in a day to prioritize things. You know, for me, like it's tough. For me, I have like this kind of mentality where like I have to use everything up. So anything that's free, I use up. So it's like free Faction Wars keys, I use up, Doom Tower keys. Anything that's free in the game, I use it up and get the resources from it. And then even if I don't need it, I would do it. So that's just like my mentality of it. It's not, not everybody's mentality, right? Because some people, they just come in, collect clan boss, and then leave. And that's fine too. Or they just do the bare minimum to finish off the advanced quest, pick up the energy, and leave. They don't even run the energy. So for me, it's like I do all that stuff. I run down my energy at the same time, and I try never to be energy capped at the same time. So I'm like doing all this, or I'm saving the energy for tomorrow because some event is opening tomorrow, and then I'll pick up the energy and then run it for tomorrow. So I don't. Yeah, it's. I think the way that I do it, most people would not do it that way. But if you want to prioritize things, get gems. Gems are great. Gems are great. They're flexible. You can buy energy with them. You can buy, shards with them even. Like, so gems are great. They're more flexible than energy. Obviously stack up on energy. Faction wars, that's a big one because you can't get glyphs any other way. And glyphs are a huge, first of all, they're a huge time gate. They gate you for time because, you can only get so many keys a day. You can't buy the glyphs, usually the big glyphs or the good glyphs. So those are really important. Um, what else? Anything that's free. Centranos, whatever stage you can complete, get the free resources, get out. Doom Tower, same thing. Get the free resources, get out. Yeah, I think that's about it. No, there's definitely more. I just can't think of it right now. Golden Elixir is insane. Yes, Golden Elixir is great. And you know what? Bronco was the guy that kind of brought it out. He brought it out. He said Golden Elixir works really well. I mean, the idea of it is not, whatever, but he showed it in a practical way, and it was great. And he did that maybe like 6 months ago, right? So, since then, Golden Elixir, one of the best epic relics for sure. There's a couple of really good epic relics. Elixir is one of them. So, hey Aaron, what's up, man? Golden Elixir helps so much with Faction Wars hard auto. Yes, especially if time is not a big deal for you. Like time's not the end of the world. I'm trying to get Marius quest done. 3k energy and a dragon hard 10. Only one mythic. 3k energy. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. I think each mythic costs 800 energy based on the stats. Based on the drop rate percentage. I think it converts into about 800 energy per piece on hard 10. I also burn my energy. I never let my energy hit 130. Yeah, I think most people, they try their best, right? 6.5 hours to go from 0 to 130. I mean, you could log in once every 6.5 hours, run a couple dungeons, bring it down. I mean, it adds up. That 130 adds up. And if you think about it, if you do 130, if you keep your energy, not capped for a week, you can master one champion. So every time you overcap and then you just don't do anything about it, every day that passes, you're just losing energy that you could otherwise put into your account. Now, for an account like mine, it's not a big deal anymore. But when you're starting out, it's a huge deal because, like I said, if you're overcapped for a week, you're basically losing out on a full set of masteries for one champion, which otherwise would have been paid by regenerated energy. So I think people don't see it as, they don't see it, but it takes a lot of time, right? That's the thing. It takes time. You have to manage your account, you have to play the game actively, and it's easier for people with no time just to stack energy, move the energy day to day so that they have a bank of energy, and then they start fusions with the bank of energy, et cetera, right? I mean, it's just easier for them. They just don't have any time. But the biggest thing to progress your account is to, play the game. You have to invest time into the game or money. That's about it. So we all pay for it in some way, time or money. I actually need to put it on my Neve now that I think about it. Yeah, I have my Neve in the Elixir as well. Sorry, somebody was asking for my Geomancer. Geoman, there he is, Geoman. Yeah, he's got some good stats. Like he's a 6-star +4. He's got good stats, right? Accuracy is a little bit overkill. Resistance, not necessary or anything like that. He's in regen, immortal, refresh, shield. I think I was running emergency heal on him. So the shield ring gives him a small shield, which gives him a heal based on his max HP. So it's just more healing, right? So that's kind of why it's there. And I have the golden elixir on him as well. So like he just has a ton of healing. He basically cannot die to like the boss. It just takes him a while to kill him. And yeah, eagle eye and stuff like that. So it's a pretty crazy build, but we're doing Faction Wars hard 21 there, so you can definitely scale it down for like other levels or other things. Oh, more energy. That's great. Okay, so we're still grinding here. Is there any idea on the timeline of them adding a charm mechanic to relics? I've been hoarding for a long time, hoping for it to come. Charm? What's a charm idea that you're speaking of? What charm idea? Like right now we have gemstones that go into the relics. So you're thinking that there's going to be more ways to modify relics in the future. Is that what you're saying? Like it's possible. Why not? Like to me, relics is just one extra gear piece, It's just one extra gear piece. That is like a crazy piece of gear. That's pretty much it. So why not be able to modify gear pieces in the future or relic pieces in the future. Why not? Yeah, I think it makes sense. Yo, Timu, what's up, man? Good morning. Yes, good morning. It's 5:30 in the morning now, so I don't have 130 energy when I wake up. I didn't sleep enough. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I was so lucky on Sunday. I did the Maris missions where you had to get 4 mythical chests just with 3.4k energy. That is lucky. Yeah, that is lucky. So nice. I'm close to Marius. I shouldn't complain, but I need immortal coins and I only get eternal. Nice. Yeah. I don't know if you guys watched my most recent video. I actually just got Marius on my second account. So that's my second Marius that I completed. And I just really just did that so like lazily. I did it so lazily on my account. Like missions come, I don't care. I just kind of did it, and then just randomly I got so close. I'm like, yeah, okay, I think it's time. Like I was stuck on the win 40 live arena battles for like I don't know 6 weeks or something because I don't do live arena on my second account. I just don't have time. I just do it on my main account. So it took me like I don't know over a month to finish off that win 40 when it would take somebody like less than a week. And that's totally just based on like the level of effort you have to put in the game. Like my alt account in live arena is like less than 4,000 points like rank or whatever, right? So it's pretty low brow, but it is what it is. Okay, so we have a turn attack, right? Turn attack, Sand Devil tournament. So let's run some turn attack stuff here. And do I do have helper up, so let's run helper for a little bit. Save some multi battles. Just chill. What's up, David? How are you? Can you donate some of your Canadian hours? I know, eh? You guys are like finishing off your workday in Europe or near finishing. A Geo looks like a Geo from Timu compared to your. Yeah, well, playing the game for a long time. I probably should have invested that time somewhere else, like learning how to. I guess I learned how to do YouTube. I guess I did learn a skill. Hard to put that skill on your resume. You know what I mean? Resume, or like what is it? Credentials. Learn how to make YouTube channel. Can't really put down your resume, but um, I think he meant charms like those in the Forge artifacts, rank charms, rarity charms. That would be interesting. Like to enhance the odds of your crafting certain relics. That would be interesting. I don't know if you guys saw my most recent video. I showed my relic stash. I have so many crafts, guys. I haven't crafted relics in I don't know, over 2 months. Over 2 months. I have like a bunch I need to do. And I don't look forward to it because I hate that you have to craft the rare relics one at a time. So it's gonna take forever. First of all, it's gonna take forever. And yeah, I don't look forward to it. And I'm kind of holding it just in case like they do some kind of like boosted event. I'm hoping they do some boosted event. I don't know. But I wouldn't hold on to relics if it stunts your progress. Like if you have no relics, then I definitely would, pull your relics. Don't save them, right? They're a big power boost if you get the right one. But yeah, for me, I'm just holding on to it. I don't know why. Every day that goes by when I look at, I'm like, fuck, I should just pull these. What am I doing? Imagine glyphs to modify relic stats. Yeah, that's a wild thought, and it's who knows, it's possible. Hey Gandalf, I love to empty all my keys, but I just don't have the time for it. So it'd be great if you made a list for the best return on investment for players' time. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Like if you really didn't have time to prioritize a list, that would be interesting. Interesting thought. Hmm. Yeah, I could probably think of something for that. Let me think about that a little bit. I just pulled Phoenix. Can you recommend a build for him? Phoenix, what does he have? Do you need him for his debuffs? Because he brings block buffs, right? I believe. Block buffs. I think he has decreased defense as well. Or are you just building him for damage? If he's just damage, he's a damage dealer for sure. I think Phoenix can hit pretty good. Personally speaking, I've never built the Phoenix myself and never had to, but from what I've seen, Phoenix performs quite well. Hey, Money Dad. Yeah, CBC and chill. Super chill today. Just started my work day. Nice. What was your win rate for LA this season? 62%. 62. I'm usually around mid 60s. Usually around mid 60s. 62% sounds about right. I played 300. I played 300 fights. So I basically did the minimum. I basically did the what all the free tokens per day. But some of it was like Centrano's bags as well, and of course I missed a day here or there, right? But yeah, I did 300 fights. Mm-mm. Triple newt is sick. Yeah, it's sick. Actually, I have 4 newts. My fourth one is not doing anything. I like the Reaper. The Reaper is nice. I feel like you could use YouTube on a resume. Data analyst is a big one with identifying trends using Studio. Yeah, I mean, I do that to some extent, but I try not to get too deep into it. Like obviously like after doing it, I do it like I try to make it consistent, right? Like I do daily uploads and all that stuff, and then eventually you just kind of figure out what works, what doesn't work, and sometimes you try things and it works, sometimes you try things and it doesn't work, and you just kind of get an idea of trends. Like that helps, like the experience of it. But like analyzing data, it's kind of hard because I don't know, maybe I don't have enough data, but it's nice to see like, oh, your people that watch you are from here. Actually, most people that watch me are from North America, which I'm actually slightly surprised because I thought this game has a bigger player base in Europe. But generally, most of my watchers are from North America. The majority, anyways. So, which is interesting. It's interesting. But yeah, I think I don't know, and it's hard. I don't really have anybody to really talk to about it. I don't know, like the most of the CCs we don't really talk about the back end stuff, like because it's your business, right? I guess. Generally, like I'm mostly transparent about it if people ask me, but I feel like it's kind of taboo to ask somebody else almost, and I don't think I'm like on that level with most of the CCs, so I don't like on a personal level where we can talk about like personal stuff like that. So it's something that it's not really talked about. So a lot of it is just you have to improve, find ways to improve, basically by yourself. It's kind of a lonely thing almost. You know what I mean? Just need to know how to word it. Sure, fair enough. Yeah, and if they ask for an example of that, it's kind of like, well, I started a YouTube channel, and it's about playing a game. But no, it's not just any game. It's a game for gambling addicts. Oh, it's not just any gambling addicts. It's actually a game disguised as a gambling act for gambling addicts. Oh wait a minute. But I don't spend any money in this game, so I spend an extraordinary amount of time in this game instead, and I neglect things like and then it's just like a rabbit hole of shit. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Of course, that's not going to be. That's kind of funny though. Um. Sorry, Dre. Dre, how you doing, bro? She's 3 new. Sand Devil is a place I most certainly need to improve at. What are your base teams that help you progress? Man, Sand Devil is one of the worst designed dungeons, man. It's seriously ridiculously overtuned. First of all, it's overtuned. They had to detune it. And even though they detuned it, the mechanics of the Sand Devil still stay the same. And it's still shit. The mechanics of it are bad. There's only certain ways to defeat him, and it's basically using like these type of teams where you basically kill him before he attacks your team, because his first attack kills anybody in the game, pretty much. And the second way you do it is basically with some kind of revive on death strategy or unkillable, some kind of strategy like that. So there's some solo champions that can kind of survive the first hit, come back in, and then kill him. But it's really hard to have a full team that works, you know, with this kind of mechanic. There are teams that uses things like Revive on Death. Like for a long time, I ran Mother Cybele. She places Revive on Death on the whole team, and then you have to speed tune the team so that they all die, they all come back, and then they all hit them at the right times and all that stuff. So it's a pain in the ass to build 5 champions to do this dungeon. The other way that people do it is with 1 champion soloing, which takes too long and is really bad for these turn attack tournaments. And then the other way, which is a kind of middle ground, is using Godseeker Neri, and then she brings in 1 DPS champion, and that's kind of like a middle ground where it's kind of fast, it's faster, but it's still not the best for these turn attack tournaments. And Godseeker Neri is just the most accessible one. She's the most accessible one at that gives you good performance. The most accessible champion to do Sand Devil actually at the highest level is probably going to be this guy. I think it's hard to beat this guy in terms of accessibility. Where the hell is he? This guy. Torture Helm. He's the piece from Rosin. So everybody has access to him when they fuse him. But he can solo the Sand Devil because of this passive. Revives his champion with 50% HP when killed. Pretty straight up, right? Pretty straight up. When he's killed, he comes back 50% HP, and then you got to make sure that you fill him back up. You got to fill him back up before, while he's taking damage, right? You got to make sure that the damage that he takes does not kill him afterwards, after he comes back. So usually just put him in big heal sets and all that, and then he just chops down the boss very slowly. He has this max HP hit, which speeds it up a little bit, so he's slightly faster than other options, but he doesn't hit hard enough, right? And it still takes a long time with this guy. So Europe here, nice. New player, how are you running in the background without multi-battles? I'm using this program app. It's called RSL Helper. It's for PC. You download it. It's created by this content creator called Farbstuff. And the application is okayed by Plarium and everything. He runs features by them. He updates the app regularly, and it gives you some useful functions like running things automatically, some training options. Also keeps track of your mercy pulls, shows you some stats, relevant stats on your account, which is pretty cool. Generally, I just kind of use it for auto battles when I'm at my desk, for example. I use it to keep track of my mercy, which is nice. Yeah, stuff like that. So it's called RSL Helper. Hey, void shard, that's nice. Take that. Oh, I got a secret shard on my alt account. That is nice. North America would be your biggest English speaking base. Yeah, that makes sense. Europe here, welcome Europe. Shed a tear for my poor man. Yes, no need to shed tears, guys. No need to shed tears. Ash would probably talk to you. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I got nothing but awesome things to say about basically everybody that I worked with. So I don't know. I don't want to saddle people with that kind of stuff. Like people are busy. If they spare a couple minutes for me, it's great. But people are busy, right? So, if I had something serious, of course I would probably reach out to somebody. But this kind of stuff, I generally feel like unless it's something that I cannot do, then I'll try to do it myself. Try to learn it myself before asking somebody. And I find I can figure most things out by myself. So that's kind of the way I do it. It's not the most time efficient way, but I feel like it gives you some lasting value. Didn't know the minigame gave you Dark Elhain. Thought it was her avatar. Yeah, her avatar would have been cool too, actually. That's a good thought. I wonder if we can save Dark Elhain for like a champion chase. I don't think so, right? We don't have a chase until at least this week should be a summon rush. No, wait, this week should be the Leo's Heroes Path. It's gotta be, right? I play this game while I'm working a lot. I definitely ask. I personally have a support system where folks discuss thumbnail strategies, trends, and some other stuff. I think the only taboo part is the money aspect. Thumbnail strategy, trends, and other stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's I think there's probably some kind of proprietary ownership thing where people don't want to speak about their competitive advantage, I think. Like, yes, we all work together, yes, we all collab together, yes, we're kind of like coworkers in a way, but in another way, we're also competing against each other too, right? So maybe some people don't want to have that conversation. It's like, hey, hey, how come you did super well on this video? Like, I noticed this and that. Like, can you share that? Like, what do you think? Like, some people might not take that kind of conversation like too well. So, um, yeah. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just being extra thoughtful and cautious about any of that stuff. I don't think we're at, you know, we're not like besties, level, you know what I mean? Where you can kind of just talk about that kind of stuff like openly, I think. But, I'm just being a little bit respectful with respecting people's whatever, right? Um, what do you think will happen after the collab? Will there be another what's next in raid or another announcement? So what's happening? So I think there's going to be another fusion relatively quickly. And then right after fusion, there's probably going to be a big content drop in December. Big content drop in December. They teased that already. And every year they have a big content drop before everybody goes on vacation in December. So, that's something to keep an eye on. If Yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. So they mentioned something about some kind of event or something to do with 7 bosses. Something to do with 7 bosses. 7 boss content is coming in December. Something like that. So they mentioned that. I don't know how much stock you want to put into that, but that's something to look forward to in December. So I think after the collab ends on the 13th. They're not going to run something else, I think, to end off the collab. Maybe some shredder tournaments and stuff like that, probably. But I think right after the collab, they're going to run a fusion. So next week they're gonna run a fusion. Maria just finished, right? Or Maria's finishing. Yeah, she's finishing. So right after that, they're going to run a fusion probably next week, and then that fusion is gonna last until the end or start of December, and then they're gonna release the big content drop. So we don't know what it's gonna be. Speed running content is a lot different than raid content. I don't create content, but have been down that rabbit hole. Yeah, exactly. I feel like my Geo doesn't get the love he deserves since I also have Ninja. It took me 3 years to get my first Geomancer on my alt account, and I didn't even use him right away. At that point, I was just like, yo, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore, bro. You're out. You're on the bench. You're on the bench for good. But yeah, it is what it is. He's a goat. Like if you pull him early, he's the absolute goat, right? But later on, you have other options. So, hello from France. Hey, France, what's up? I have an Omega Tanky Duchess. It takes 10 minutes. Low key, that's my story. Hey, Ace, what's up, man? How about Donnie and Reviver Strat? Donnie and Reviver Strat. I'm not sure how long it takes. I didn't look into it. I saw some thumbnails on it, but I didn't look into it. When Donnie was released, I did a solo run with Donnie against Sand Devil because I thought his kit was perfect. His kit was perfect for Sand Devil. I put him into the Sand Devil by himself. And then you know what? He finished it. But the run took 25 minutes. The run took 25 minutes and it was just War Master damage, right? It's just War Master damage. It took freaking forever. So I said, okay, I'm going to try him with a damage dealer, like a champion that deals damage, right? Like Ninja, basically trying like a Neri strategy. It didn't work for me because I didn't spend the time to speed tune everything, but that didn't work for me. So I don't know what the reviver strategy is. I guess they just play off each other and maybe the run is faster. But for me, the whole Donatello one is just not super fast. Like if you have to build two champions, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I didn't look too much into it. But I've seen some people making teams on it, which is pretty cool. But Donnie's great. Donnie's amazing. You could also use Aspect of Suroth on an AoE reviver. Yes, that works too. Yep. Have you used Maria in live yet? No, she's not. I pulled her. I didn't build her yet though. I'm probably not going to because she has no soul. I didn't get the soul for her, so I'm probably not going to use her. You know what I mean? Who could you pair with Godseeker if you don't have Ninja to duel? You could pair anybody with Godseeker. It just depends on how fast they can clear the Sand Devil. The easiest ways, like if you like somebody like Trunda, she's not going to do a lot of damage to the boss. The best way to kill the boss would be to bring max HP damage dealer or HP burn. That would be the best, or at least the fastest way. If you bring somebody like Trunda that just deals like kind of damage, I believe he has some crazy damage mitigation that stops him from taking like just normal damage. I forget what it was. I don't know, but yeah, something like that. You don't want to bring like just a normal damage dealer. It's just gonna take too long. If you look up like Sand Devil video on my channel, I basically went through like 5 options for different Sand Devil pairings. There's like a void. Yeah, anybody with HP burn will work. Anybody with HP burn. So why do we do this to ourselves as free to play grinders? Yeah, I know, eh? Feel the pain. Uh, yeah, no worries, Dre. You got Sacred on one of my alts? Nice. Real talk, people love talking about that stuff. Okay, people just don't have anyone to talk to about that stuff. It's true, yeah, it's true. It's very interesting because it takes up a big chunk of your life, right? It takes a big chunk of your life, and yeah, yeah. I do have like one, like there's some people that I can openly kind of talk about that stuff with, um, but I don't I don't tap into that often because it's I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to burden anybody, right? So I try to do it myself. Have you tried using AI for ideas on improving your metrics? I think my metrics generally, like when I look up my metrics on like YouTube and what I'm kind of expecting to do, my metrics are pretty good. So I don't have too much worry for that. In terms of using AI and incorporating that into like my YouTube stuff, um, I sometimes use AI for like ideas maybe, but I don't really use them. That's the thing. Like I use it for ideas, but I don't use them. And then like I've seen the AI do some pretty cool stuff. Like, you know, they'll make some pretty fun titles. Like they'll make some pretty fun titles. And I'm like, is that a good title? And I was like, wait a minute, I've seen people with titles like this. So I'm like wondering, are people using AI to do this, or are people naturally coming up with these thumbnail titles and like titles for videos and stuff? Because that's the fun stuff for me. I love like brainstorming thumbnails. Like I like that creative stuff, and then I like coming up with like titles. Like I like that. I don't know. I like coming up with titles like myself because it's like the fun part of it. It's like, okay, how can I make people excited for this without giving them everything so that they can come in and check out the video? Because that's what that's ultimately that's what you need to do. Like you want to give them, you want to give them what you're promising, but you don't want to give it all away like right away. You know what I mean? It's kind of like window shopping. You're window shopping, you see something nice, you go inside, it says sale, you go inside. It's a sale, but sales will vary, right? So, it's kind of like window shopping when you're, in the mall or whatever, right? So it's kind of the same idea. But sorry, but some people take offense to that as well. They think that's disingenuous, or that's not, that's not nice. But I feel like that happens. That's just the way we are geared towards marketing, right? So, and it works. So it's hard to argue that marketing strategy, right? Blah, 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 blah. What does Renegade do for your team? Just reset skills. She's a rare, so she takes care of the rare quest. So that's the big thing that she does. That's the big thing. That's the first thing that she does, the most important thing. And then the second thing is that she resets the skills so you get more extensions, more growth, and stuff like that. But the big thing that she does is that she's a rare, and she fills that rare role for me. So. Booze on the vid with Nub Benjamin on Nub Banana Jam. The relics should have maybe at some point some temporary event improvement, maybe for group or rarity chance as shard 2x. Do you know exactly what will shall be? I don't. But because she gave that little bit of alluding, that's making me save my shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's making me save my stuff. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if there's ever going to be, and I don't know. Yeah, there's no mention of it at all. So, but it kind of makes sense that they offer some kind of boost on it, maybe. But if they do that, they would sell relics. I think they would sell them like shards. You know what I mean? Like if they offered some kind of boost on it for them to monetize it properly, they would have to sell it. They would have to sell relic materials, like straight up, like in the shop. Buy 100 of this. You know what I mean? Like they kind of already do that, but they would have to do it like mass, right? Like it had to be like on the level of shards. That's what I think, anyways. So, waiting for the inevitable void mythical champ drop. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at some point. When everybody's juiced up on normal mythicals, like when all the whales have +4s and they got no more money to spend, then they got no more money to spend on primals, then they'll put out the mythical primal, right? Oh, sorry, the void mythicals, and then maybe a new shard for it. I don't know. I think we asked them that question. I don't know if they were going to do that, but. As far as managing your resources, do you get what you need to get as far as tournaments and stuff like that go? Or do you go for top prizes most of the time? What would motivate you to go for a top prize? Generally speaking, I basically go for the minimums for whatever I need. So if I'm doing a fusion, I generally just go for the minimum. Sometimes there's like for example, sometimes there's like a dungeon tournament, like a dragon tournament, and then there's like a dungeon diver happening at the same time. And then sometimes there's like a reward in the dungeon diver that's good. And a good reward is it's all relative to your account. So if you have a brand new account, getting 50 mythical relics is not as enticing as it is for a endgame player to get those 50 mythical relic materials. Because if you're a new account, you really need other things to progress, right? You need other things to progress. Actually, the big thing is you probably need like chickens to progress. You need books to progress, stuff like that. Not 50 relic materials, right? So for me, like, I'm an endgame player. There's only certain things that can move my account, and it's going to be like mythical champions, relics. That's about it. Big souls, big blessings, big souls, soul stones. Those are the big ones, right? Those are the only things that can kind of move my account. But for a new player, it's totally different. Books, chickens, gems, whatever, right? Like, yes, soul stones will help. Soul stones will help, but the amount that they have versus and the amount that they pull, you're most likely not going to yield much, right? At least in the beginning. So just something to think about, right? For me, like if it's a primal shard, I'm going for that primal shard because I'm free to play. I don't buy primal shards like ever. I don't buy anything. So getting every single primal shard possible from resources that I can, basically accumulate, like energy, like gems, training stuff. I have so much stuff in my vault, like I can train stuff no problem. So if I have to spend energy, chickens to get a primal shard, hell yeah, I'm getting a primal shard, right? So anything that I can renew easily for a resource that I cannot renew or cannot get easily, like a primal shard, like a big soul stone, I will try to get it within reason, right? Like for example, I went for the big soul stone here in Champion Chase because it's a 2x ancient event. It's a 2x ancient event, right? So I went for the so I went for the big soul stone here because it's a 2x ancient event. I have plenty of ancient shards. And this is basically the only way I can get a big soul stone. This is the only way I can get a big soul stone in this game. So, it made sense for me to go for it here. Oh, I'm almost done. Oh yeah, these turn attack tournaments for this account, it's so easy. Like it's so cheap. It's so cheap for me to do. It's like 1500 energy because my team is 6 turns, right? So obviously, I have a busted team here. Like I have basically one of the best teams possible for that content. But it's so cheap. If they just run this all the time for the Sand Devil, like I'd be getting like medium soul stones so easily. Like you just get it so easily. It's like 1500 energy to max this thing out for me. It's yeah, super easy. Can't save. It goes to inbox when you beat the final stage. Okay, good. Good to know. Any French clans here on chat? Now Leo event has to start at the 6th, right? Never know. Who knows? I can't speculate anymore. I did stage 21 with Donnie plus Reviver and Ninja. It took 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, if you don't have Gotsuga or Neri, like that's a very reasonable time. At 25, he's just gonna hit harder. He's gonna be faster, so barely made it to 1320 live arena and got a wand. Wand's okay. I mean, wand could be worse than a wand, but yeah, I just made 1320 yesterday, barely, like hours left. 100% people using AI to automate as much as possible. 100% people are using AI to automate as much as possible. Okay, you think so? I don't know. For this content, I find it not super useful, but maybe I'm a dumbass. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for AI. Hey Boozer, big fan. Where did the name Boozer come from? My headcanon is you drink 40 beers. Like it's just a childish nickname that people gave me when I was younger. And yes, it's based around alcohol. That's about it. That's the thing about it. And it's based off of the Simpsons episode where Marge Simpson is basically is having a gambling problem. It's the episode where Marge Simpson is having a gambling problem, and then Homer Simpson says that she's basically taken over by the evil demon Gambler. So the Gambler demon, right? So then I got this stupid nickname Boozor as a basically taken over by the booze equivalent of Gambler. So that's where it came from, and that's where the OR comes from instead of just Boozer, where it's just ER, right? So just something that, something childish, but recently got my first void. Like I definitely can't drink 40 beers, by the way. Definitely can't. Like I can drink a dozen. I can drink some beer, but I can't drink 40 beers. That's way too much. Recently got first void Lego pull with Georgia. Nice, congrats. Pretty happy about it, but I haven't got to build him yet. Georgia is super good. He rips through stone skin. He's void affinity, which is awesome. He's just super squishy. You just gotta keep him alive or go first. So I'm thinking they might introduce a champion from the new faction as a Christmas fusion or Titan event. No, they will reveal the new faction next year. Probably around the anniversary time. That's what they said. They teased it. They teased it, right? They teased it. I don't think that wasn't planned, by the way. That wasn't planned. So the day that me and Nubs were talking to Banana, she just brought it up, and we're like, "What?" Like we didn't like. We're like, "What?" Like we didn't know, right? It was like, "Whoa, this is so cool!" Like she's actually like giving us, she's giving us something, right? She's giving us something to give to the community, and I think that's way better than nothing. We weren't expecting that. So that's pretty cool that they gave us a picture. And she was very adamant about trying to get it like properly done, like so that it didn't look all hacked. Like it didn't, like, because when I first got it, I couldn't incorporate it into the stream properly because we're doing like a three-way call, and it's just kind of a mess, right? So then when I put it into the video, it looked really bad. And then she had her team like realign the video and do all this extra work on the back end just to make it look nice, so that everyone had a clear look at the image, at the champion. So yeah, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. So, and it's pretty far out. It's probably, she gave it to us like 6 months out from release, probably. So, can you ask on the next Q&A about more skins? Yeah, I mean, that's a fair question, right? Why do they not monetize skins more? Why not, right? I mean, yeah, that's interesting. Like, skins just seem like easy money. Skins seem like easy money for these guys, right? Well, let's just double check the points here. I don't want to go overboard. See, like, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I think I ran like 1,000 energy so far. And that was just energy I got from like Doom Tower. I think Sin City I did. 3,600. Oh, I'm not that close. Did we do our Cintranos? Yes, that's where I got my energy from the Cintranos stuff. Sorry, I'm just running stuff in the background for my other account here. Sorry, one sec. Should I save books for Leo? I have saved 27 sacreds and hope can get him. Books. Books are only good. Books are only worth anything in training tournaments. So generally for events, they are not worth points. So training tournaments or CBC. So books, you don't have to save. And let's see, finally got my plat avatar as free to play. Could finally go for it now that they put the reset at a reasonable time. Nice. Yeah, it took me like 10 finishes to get my plat avatar. I don't know what the drop rate is, but it must be really low. So I was like kind of surprised it took me so long, but nice. Grats, man. But they said nothing. So yeah, they said nothing about the relics. They said nothing about the relics. Is there any video with game devs scheduled? No, they don't answer anything about the relics. Like I said, they alluded to it very, very like nonchalantly. It was, basically almost nothing. If you weren't even paying attention, you wouldn't even realize what was happening. But to me, like, it's possible. I don't know. There's a red shard in Deck of Fate. You doing? Yes. I will be pulling my Mortal Soul Stones for sure during this 2x. I got 150 here, 127 here. I didn't do RAF. I didn't do RAF on this account, so that's why I have so many. My other account has less, but yeah. Are you keeping the Prism Shard openings? Oh, you mean this guy? Yeah, if you summon you can't summon prisms. What do you mean? Like I wouldn't pull these anytime soon. I wouldn't pull these anytime soon. Let's see. Hey Drury, what's up, man? Welcome. Good morning. That's a good origin story. I feel like rare empowerment would help bridge the gap in terms of progression and other areas for advancing, since they are super easy to obtain, need more ways to obtain older resources. I agree. I mean, why not give us rare empowerments? Why not? They basically give us no stats anyways from the faction guardians. Like the rare faction guardians bonuses, like they're not even worth adding on. Like at some point they're not even worth adding on. They should definitely give us rare empowerments, especially since they're putting a lot of this rare stage content at us, right? Like if they're gonna do that, like why also saddle us with the burden of having less stats? Like, let us +4 are rare so that we can get proper teams to handle the content that you want us to do with rare only champions. How about that? But yeah, I see no reason why they would restrict that. I don't know why. It would be interesting to hear what they say, but childhood memories are the best. Just got my third Arman. Should I empower? I think you get speed, right? I think you get speed for a +2. Yeah, you do. You get +10 speed. It might be worth it, to be honest. That extra 10 speed for an Arman to go for it. The other option is to build, build multiples of them for multiple tag team arena teams. That's an option too, but it's hard to have enough gear to gear all those champions properly. So I might as well just have one really strong guy, usually. But it depends on your account, on your roster and stuff. How long did it take for people after the addition of the new faction to complete Polara? I think pretty quick. I think it took less than 3 months, maybe 2 months, and then people were already getting Polara after Hard Faction Wars. I don't think it took people long. Some people just have like crazy accounts, crazy gear, and they can just do it. Like even though like the stage 21, like the stats on it is pretty nuts, people can easily overcome those stats because they just have more stats in the game, right? How much points do we have? 56. I mean, we can just we're not desperate to do anything. So yeah. I think I'm gonna maybe save my soul stones. I would pull some soul stones here on stream, but I'm probably gonna save it for like a video. Yeah. Would be nice if they made a Lego or Mythical from the new faction as a permanent fusion like Mikage. Yeah, I mean, they need more of these guys, right? They need more of these fusions just to give people some options. Like, give people some options. Why not just put a permanent Lego? Put a permanent Lego there. I don't know. They got two epics. One of them is really bad. Luckily, we have Broad Maws, but like one of them is really bad. Let's see if we get lucky here. But yeah, why not just put a permanent Lego there? That would be nice. That would be nice and friendly. Which turtle would prioritize books for an arena team? Good question. Honestly, Donnie is borderline unusable without the cooldowns if you want to use him for like any kind of content outside of arena. Because in arena, at least you can just use this once and then just be done with it. But like if you need to use them in any other content, you definitely need books. Like 6 turns, like these are unusable. I I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you have Raph here too. I don't know if you want to use Raph. But Raph needs books for damage, right? He needs 4 here. Cooldown reduction, cooldown reduction. I guess Raph is kind of usable without books, but as a damage dealer, you definitely need books for damage. And it's probably going to be Leo. Leo just has, his is mostly damage too, but he does benefit quite a bit of damage from this one. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 here. But in some cases, this is usable without because it triggers if you have all the turtles, and sometimes you just have to use it once. So I don't know. And you don't necessarily need to use this more than once. So maybe Leo's usable without books. Like if the damage is not that big of a deal. What is it? Mikey. Mikey is definitely usable without books. Mikey is definitely usable with. Yeah, 4 turn, 5 turn. I mean, not great. Like if you're using it for Hydra, not great without books, but he's still usable. I think with the 5-star as well, 5-star blessing. You just put Brimstone and accuracy on him. Not too sure. I mean, they're all kind of usable, but I think Donnie's the least usable if you want to use him in long content like Hydra. But if you're gonna use him in arena, use those skills once. You don't technically need books. So I would say probably one of the damage dealers. So Leonardo probably. Probably. I would say probably just for damage, right? You just get the 30% damage here. Do a one-shot kill. Christmas is most likely a champion pass like He-Man since he brought in a lot of revenue. Yeah, possible. It's possible. That's unfortunate. I don't like champions that are hidden behind paywalls, but as long as they don't make the champion like busted. If they don't make the champion busted, then it's perfectly fine. You know, make a couple bucks, put a cool champion in the game and all that. He-Man's cool, you know, Xena's cool. They're not busted good. They're good, not busted good. So that's fine. I think so. All right. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Are you good? The morning. It's morning for me. So it's 6-ish now. 6-ish now. If you let a prism auto pull it, don't click the summon pool tab to claim it. An additional will just keep stacking up. Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. A lot of people ask me that, and a lot of people say, "Oh, I spend money and all that," but it's not true. Basically, this red dot here, you just never touch. If you touch this red dot, the next summon pool will take all my prisms away. That's what would happen. That's what would happen. But this red dot here keeps this stacking up. So when I'm ready to pull, I basically release this red dot in the pool that I want all my shards to go into. And then I can manually pull them if I want, or they will auto pull for me at the end of that pool when this red dot is gone. So I've been saving up these prisms for, you guys can imagine, you know, we only get 40 at a time. And what? We get 40 every week, maybe every 2 weeks. So you guys can figure out how many weeks I've been saving up for, right? So I've been saving up a long time. You pulled 2 Donnies, so total 3. Any suggestion on use them? I think multiple Donnies might be okay. I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't empower him. I would not empower him because actually you can't empower him. I don't think you can empower using the same champion. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you can. For Hydra progression, what would be the best for good DPS, HP burn, or enemy max HP? I'm regularly just starting to get the max HP chests on normal. So max HP damage hitters perform better in higher difficulty when the bosses have more HP. So in lower difficulty, the max HP hitters will not perform as well. So things like just regular damage dealers, for example, like someone like Thor. Thor just deals tons of damage like everywhere. He's just good. So if you just gear up, just send in your arena nuker, for example, you know, just have him deal tons of damage on normal difficulty. HP burn will work, poisons will work. At that stage, like you're at normal stage, you're basically just yeah, you don't need max HP hitter. Same idea goes with I think Geomancer. Geomancer is the same. The higher difficulty he's in, the more damage he will deal. The lower difficulty Geomancer's in, he deals less damage. Last void drop, I got Arethia. I don't know what to think about her. Maybe she is designed to be built fast and additional turns. She's relatively new as well. Arethia, yeah, I did a showcase on her and I had a really, really hard time getting her to work. It wasn't the best showcase and I did not enjoy playing her. She hits good when she's set up. The problem is she needs the setup. So like this ability here sets her up. And then this ability here does the big smack, right? And then she has this setup here with this passive. So if she has everything going for her, she does okay. But, you know, at the end of the day, she also has no way of protecting herself from getting killed. That's the thing, right? She has very low base stats, like 1400, you know, HP or whatever. And she has no way of keeping herself alive. So she can't evade attacks. She doesn't have cheat death or anything like that. No damage mitigation. And she requires kind of like 2 turns to set everything up. So like she has block damage here. So that's the setup, I guess. But if she goes second, she's dead. So I don't know. I don't really like her. I don't think she has a place right now. But you never know. She has a special debuff here, Death Brand. You don't see that very often. So that could be useful perhaps for something. But right now, I don't really see it. Looking for anything in particular, like a pool like Teox. Teox would be probably the best. I mean, Volcanos would be something that I would really, really like as well. Volcanos is just kind of nuts as a champion. But honestly, he would not, would he be like my main guy in live arena? Probably not. He would be a nice secondary pick kind of champion. But he would give me another option in live arena. I mean, he's great. Um, Obviously for Siege, he would be great as well. Teox would just be awesome for a lot of content, but not live arena. So for me, PvP is still the end game for me. Um, I mean, he's great, Teox, but I don't know where he would fit. I have Teox on my alt account, and he is massive carry. Like I built him from all the way to 6 stars. So he's 6 star, fully blessed, and he's humongous carry. He deals crazy damage in everything I put him in. He kills waves in dungeons like nobody's business. He's in my Fire Knight Hard 10 team. He does, like all my top Hydra keys. He does, he's crazy. He's like event dungeons. He goes in there, swipes everybody dead, and then he kills the boss. He's crazy, right? But for my main account, I don't know. I have a lot of options. He's not going to turn the needle that much. He'll speed up my hard 21 team, that's for sure. But for PvP, he just doesn't do it. Doesn't do anything for this account. So, so maybe I just hold it until something really crazy. Maybe like a collab champion or exclusive champion that I really want. That's really strong. Something like that. Like they did put like Shredder and stuff like that in the headlines for some of the Prism events in the past. So, they could put some exclusive champions in the Prism pool eventually. So maybe we'll think about that. How Mercy works in Void Shards? 200 shards. So at 200 shards, you get an additional 5% chance to pull each. So for example, so here you go. So Mercy system, Void Shard. So you get after 200 summons without legendary plus 5% on each pull. Yeah, so that's what you're looking at. I mean, it really sucks to go into Mercy, especially for Void Shards, because they're hard to get, they're more expensive, whatever, so not the best. I only ever pulled a single Void Lego in Supreme KO. Is it good enough to build? I don't have great poison champions, but I'm already past the point of needing poisons for clan boss. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. He's good champion. He has a fair kit. I believe his kit doesn't require accuracy, and he brings increased resistance, I think, which is interesting. Supreme Kale. He's one of the better Supremes, I think. A1 weaken, AoE, poison, cannot be resisted. Yeah, he doesn't require accuracy in his kit. And then he brings increased accuracy, decreased resistance. And then he has decreased targets, accuracy, crit rate for each poison on them. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be strong enough. I don't know. And he has attack stat, 1531 attack stat. I don't know. Is he supposed to be a damage dealer? No. Is he a nuker? Is he a nuker? I don't think so, right? He's probably a boss killer. Boss killer, and then boss. This helps your team out, right? It softens them up, so it helps your team up. But I don't think so, personally. Hey Bram, how are you? Welcome. What would it take for you to yoink the prisms? Yeah, like I said, exclusive champion, exclusive collab champion, or some kind of meta changing champion that's in there that would, change my account. Volcanos and Teox, like they're great. They're the best for the faction unity stuff. But for my account, it's not gonna, light the world on fire. Or I pull it after maybe like 1,000. Maybe I save up 1,000 and pull it. Like 1,000 of these, that's 25 sacred shards worth of pulls. Because each one of these, every 40 is worth 1 sacred shard. You know what I mean? Every 40 of these is 1 sacred shard, because the odds of pulling a legendary is 6%. At least, in recent times, that's the rate that Plarium is giving the Prism pulls nowadays. 6% chance at a Lego. So if I save 1,000 of these, that's 25 sacred shards worth of pulls. And I have to do that all at once. So I have to, make sure that it's on an event that I really want, and ideally during a champion chase. That would be ideal. So it has to be like, yeah. But I'm in no hurry to pull it. I don't need to. I have no hurry to pull it. Nothing enticing me to pull it. So. Arethea, if you after getting Karen. Oh, Karen's so whatever too. Yeah, both are vault. They feel well together. Both flower rods. If only champions could procreate. Yeah. I've been playing for 3 years. No void summon. Well, that doesn't make like you're guaranteed to get a summon. That's the thing. Like after 200, you're gonna get 5% each. So, you know, 5% over 20 of these. So at 220, you're basically guaranteed to get a legendary, right? And probability wise, you'll get it way before 220 because it's just like probability of you reaching 220 is like, I don't know, 1 in a million or something. So if you only pull one legendary in 3 years of play, that just means you're not accumulating enough void shards, right? So, you just have to accumulate more. Even with the worst luck possible, you just need to accumulate more. And that's going to come down to like your game activity, right? How much you play. Thanks, Bram. Appreciate that. You pulled Supreme Elhain from a void a month ago. My first void pull Lego. That's not a freebie. Is she worth building in your opinion for progression? She's a void affinity damage dealer. She hits okay, not particularly hard or anything like that. She will probably not live long on your account. Let's say that. I have Supreme Elhain. I built her out on my alt account. I did use her a little bit, but she doesn't hit hard enough. That's the thing, right? Double hit A1 with the transfer here, AoE attack here, resets the cooldown of the crack shot. If she has the buffs, if she has the damage boost here for each debuff, if she has the debuff, then she can hit good. But that requires some setup, right? And then you can reset this crack shot, ignores a bunch of this stuff, extra turn. So you go crack shot, ignores a bunch of turn if it kills somebody, and then you go into the big AoE, reset. You just cycle through these two abilities, right? Immune to decreased attack, so she always has the her standard attack stat. Inflicts 20% more damage against targets whose attack is lower, so she's always going to have the 20% damage boost most of the time. I mean, most of the time. No ignore defense in her kit, so it's very difficult to make her hit super hard. Give her like a hammer, give her merciless, give her helm smasher, give her all the ignore defense stuff, so that she can hit hard. And she hits decent. She hits decent, but I think she will be outlived very quickly on most people's accounts. Yeah, she's underrated. She is underrated. She's underrated, but I don't think she'll live long on most people's accounts. 60 shard, and I got Helior, Prisma, Rhodos, and now I have Maria 2. Who do I 60? I mean, that's a very vague question. Who do I 60? You're basically asking who is the best champion from the champions that you pulled. Who do you 60 depends on what your account looks like, right? So I don't know. I don't know what your account looks like. I don't know what resources you have. I don't know what your goals are, what your playtime is, what your progress is like. It's not just a straight question of who to 60. You're asking who is the best champion from the list that you provided. And to me, it's kind of up in the air, right? Like every one of those can be good. Every one of those can be good. I'd say Rhodos and Maria are kind of the same. Like they fill roughly the same role. And then Prisma and Helior, like they are, they're different, right? They do different things. I'm also saving these prisms, and I'm unsure how the exact chain of actions would be to actually pull them if there is a good event, like when to click on the red dot. So in one of my videos, I did actually confirm and test this for myself. So you can see here, I'm gonna try to save this up again, but this is basically what happened. I tested it on these soul stones. So I wasn't as heavily invested in this. I had like 3 pulls or something saved up. So I tested on this. What happens is that you need to click the red dot during probably the first for my video. I pulled it 10 hours after the event started. So after the event pool, that let's say like the pool opens and you're looking at the pool and you're like, this is the pool I want to pull my prism shards on. So in that video, I tested it within 10 hours of that announcement. I pulled my red dot here. Well, wherever that summon is supposed to have a summon pool tab. Sorry, it's supposed to have a summon pool tab. So I pulled a red dot, and then these were active, and then I had the pool active, and it said, summon. And then I was okay, I'm good. Now I can release my excess, right? But basically, you have to do it early. You have to do it early. Like I would say the first day. And then someone I've been talking to at Gitly on Discord, he says that from his knowledge, as long as there's shop offers, there's usually a shop offer icon here when the Prism pool is active. So if that shop offer icon is active, then it's okay to release. It's such a nuanced thing that no one ever. It's very hard to test. First of all, it's very hard to test. Nobody, and people have, and it's just something not widely talked about, and it's not easily researched. So, but I tested it, and it worked for me. It worked for me. I pulled it within 10 hours of the event starting. But I know that if you wait until the event ends, like for example, if you're waiting for the champion chase to open before touching your red dot, it's too late because you will release the red dot, your summon pool will be gone, and then you're going to have just floating resources here that's going to auto pull. It's going to auto pull on your next pool. So you would have missed the pool that you wanted, and now it would auto pull on the next pool. If that makes sense. I don't know. I'm trying my best to explain it. It's kind of hard. But yeah. Only Supreme Gaelic looks solid. Yes, he is actually pretty good and super annoying in hard faction wars. Hey Matt, what's up? Pull Thor, Balar, Tholen on the same day. Which champion should I use to prioritize building up first? Same kind of thing, man. Like it's very hard to answer that. If you were to ask me best champion from the three, it's Thor. And they all Thor and Tholen kind of do the same thing. They're damage dealers, right? Thor is the better of the damage dealers. Balar is a little bit more specialized. He does bring poisons and stuff, so he might be better against boss content. But generally, Thor is strongest of the three. And I only answer you because mainly they kind of do similar things. Except for Balar, right? But with champions that don't do similar things, it's very hard to give you guys direct answers on who to build first. You like the game, but hate the game. Yeah, that's like all of us here. We like the game, but we hate the game. Let's do some live arena. Why not? Temesia was my first void, and since then I haven't gotten any other Lego. Temesia's good at least. Like she's okay. And in the super end game, you can get rid of her for +1 Marius. But Temesia's not bad. She's definitely not bad. Wouldn't the summons be based on the pool when you gain them? They are already pulled, just sitting uncollected after pool expires. No, only the red dot. Only the red dot is from the past. If that makes sense. Oh shit, my gear. I didn't put my gear back on my champions. So I don't have access to Rhodos. I don't have access to Rhodos or the monkey. So I can't use those champions. Yay, we won. Yay. Thank you. This is nice. These free gear stuff is nice. My account looks like shit. Yet best champs would be good. I can currently 2-key Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss and farm Dragon 25, Spider 25. Fire Knight and Ice Golem are both stage 20. What is my next step? What areas of the game should I progress in? 25, Clan Boss, Spider 25, Fire Knight. You're probably at the stage where you're still like going up Doom Tower, so you probably just want to clear Doom Tower every month. At this point, you're just getting stronger by farming resources, pulling champions. Once you get the correct champion, some of these dungeon stages are going to be super easy. At this point, you're probably just grinding. You're just grinding the free stuff. Grinding your gear, getting better gear, Doomtire gear, crafting lethal gear, doing what you can as Intranos, grinding Hydra, getting Chimera, just doing all the free stuff. That's about it. You're just playing the game right now. Sometimes you just get kind of stuck in progress until you pull the right champion, or you get the right gear set, or you get something like that. But maybe your dungeons can be optimized, right? Maybe you have a good dungeon team that you're not aware of. That's another thing too. Is that a quadcast micro? How do you like it? Quadcast micro. Oh, you mean my mic? The HyperX. HyperX. I don't know what it is, but it's a HyperX mic. Uh Sorry. Your silver gain is crazy. What are some best practices you can share for as far as silver goes? I mean, I do a lot of grinding. I do a lot of dungeon grinding. I do a lot of forging. Like, obviously everybody does kind of the same things. I don't have any secret sauce for you guys. I keep my steel like low. I keep all my materials low. Um, yeah, forge is great. I do general just lots of grinding. And at this point, because I'm pretty end game player, I don't need to roll up that much gear that much. Even though I do participate in basically every single artifact enhancement event, like they're always all maxed out. Like the artifact enhancement events, they're almost always maxed out. Like look at this one, like it's almost maxed out. I could max this out easily and pick out these rewards, but like I'm just running out of gear. I'm almost out of gear to like kind of roll up. I just roll up random shit sometimes. Like here you go, like here 12. This is not even like the efficient way to do it. You don't roll it up to 12. Like for this, you roll up to 8. But I'm just doing it for like points. You know what I mean? Like silver is a resource for me. I just use it for points. I used silver as a resource to get other resources. You know what I mean? So like my mentality around it is a lot different than somebody that's trying to save up. But basically, you just play the game. I just play the game for a long time, and we did have this conversation about having energy caps, right? Like I haven't stayed capped for a good duration of my like 5+ years playing this game, and every day that you basically are not capped, you get anywhere from like 500,000 to like 1 million silver per day. So if you're constantly racking that up, it's going to add up, right? Oh, this is a good piece. Maybe we get lucky. Let's 16 it right away. Like this is not the correct way to do it, but I know I'm going to keep this piece. So I'm just going to instantly do it to 16. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not the correct way to do it sometimes. But hey, I got 3 chaos powder here and I can go for this epic book. But honestly, like there's no epics for me to book. I got so many books here. But you know what? This is my content creator account, so I do get some freebies, right? But if you look at I'll show you guys my other account. Hold on, I'll show you guys my other account. This is my other account. I have 500 epic books and 118 legendary books. So it's not like it's still a lot. But yeah, it's just yeah. And I still have 1 billion silver on this account too. This is my alt account, so we might as well start like grinding on this account too. I'm pretty much done on my main account for the day. Like I can get more points by pulling mortal soul stones, but we'll see what the clan wants to do first before I do anything. Did you get Bloody Mary? Yes, I did. Live back to easy mode? Yeah. What do you think is a better DD damage dealer for Arena? Rhodos or Maria? Both have 4-star soul. Interesting. Personally, I still like Rhodos, personally speaking. He's just more consistent. You know exactly what he's gonna do. Maria does have some flexibility with the stone skin removal. which is no, she can go through stone skin, which is nice. Um, and she is harder to use. I don't know who's better. I'm not too sure who's better. Better would be up to the person that's using it. They watched the stream and felt bad for you. Gave me a free W. I appreciate that. Maria versus Onryo. Oh, Onryo is really nice too. Void Affinity, multi-hit damage dealer. He can go through Stone Skin too. Very consistent damage dealer too. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's similar. Maria might be better because she can survive a couple hits. Onryo can't survive. But Onryo is Void Affinity, which is really nice too. You empower Marius to +2 immediately after unlocking him. No more Firefox for me. And that's probably okay. Firefox is just not going to be used in any content right now. And her kit, I think, is plain enough that you can kind of replace her relatively easily with other champions. So. All right. You have a 6-star Marius and use him everywhere, but can't stomach feeding my only Tunisia for just a +1. Maybe +2. Yes, maybe +2. +2, you get 10 speed. That's a big difference. I'm quite low in LA, and a lot of people immediately leave just like that after I pick Marius and Empress. Feels good, man. Maybe that's all they have. Maybe all they have is Marius and Empress, and then you pick their best champions, and then they leave. Started playing 6 months ago. Donatello was my first and so far only champion. Fusion. Finally booked, mastered, and geared him and Mikey. They're carrying me. Yeah. Donnie's awesome. And Mikey is an awesome beginner champion. Like a free beginner champion. He's awesome as well. Obviously, Mikey's going to fall off in the late and end game, but for early progression champion, he's awesome. He covers a lot. Decreased defense, decreased attack, leech. These are all critical to like early game players. Especially for clan boss and stuff like that. So very amazing champion that they gave new players. It's that blue chair micro. Hey Xavier, what's up, man? Hope your morning's going well. Yeah, it's going pretty good. Yeah, pretty chill stream here, so just chilling out. Hope you're doing well. Looks like HyperX Quadcast. I think you're right. It is a HyperX Quadcast. Looking to buy a mic and wanted your impression on it. Honestly, my first mic kind of crapped out, and I just got this HyperX out of like desperation. So far it's worked okay. I don't really have too many complaints about it, or any complaints at all. It's like $100 mic. It's $100 mic. It's gonna be better than those cheap like $20 mics that's gonna break in like a year and sound like crap potentially. And it's way cheaper than like a $400 mic. So like the professional grade mics are like 400, $500, right? So it's up to you. But you kind of get what you pay for. Kind of get what you. Just got my final fragments for Empress last week. Think it's best to save them for a champ chase during the fusion. Fusion, hard to say, man. We're not expecting a champion chase until at least next week, I'd say, at least. And usually do fusions start with a champion chase. I'd say percentage-wise, they probably start on a summon rush. I'm not too sure. It might be a long wait. If you're okay with waiting, of course, that is the best play. If you're okay with waiting, then of course save Empress. He's a good amount of points, right, for a champion chase. But Empress is such a massive champion. He makes everything way more enjoyable, like live arena and stuff. He might be worth it to pull maybe like if not for a champion chase, then like the next personal reward CVC, like maybe even this CVC. Like he's just such a great champ, It's hard, but of course waiting would be the best to get maximum value. What's your most wanted mythical? Good question. I would say probably Galathir, because Galathir would allow me to change some Chimera teams to be more trial focused. Galathir can handle trials. Obviously, Galathir would be an insane. Oops. He would be an insane arena champion as well, so that would be something that would be really good. And for my main account personally, like I'm lacking really, really good strong supports. I have good damage dealers, but I lack the really strong supports. So somebody like yeah, Galathir would be insane. Um, I'll settle for a Marichka. I'll settle for a Marichka. No big deal, right? But yeah, something like that. Um, I don't know how I want to do this. Oh, dude. Hey Mario, what's up, man? Do you complete all three hard Sin City rotations? You mean like full complete? I completed the last two. I completed the last two. I don't know which rotations I can or cannot complete. Most of them I don't complete because I just don't have time to basically just try. But I'm usually like low 90s, 95, mid 90s usually. But I've completed the last two mainly because I had a little bit more time to finish off the last couple of stages that were giving that a little bit more difficult. Um, but yeah, it's since it is good. Like you get it for gear, right? You do it for gear, so and I'm still working towards Carnage and all that stuff. So can I set all my critical rate accuracy days frost? Most likely, yes. Days in frost. I mean, you could maybe find a way to use them for like hard faction wars, maybe. So might be worthwhile to keep one set around. But bad gear, they should all go. Like for me, I keep some gear around because of content creator purposes. Because sometimes you want to test stuff on a test server. You need the gear set. They're not going to give you pieces of gear from specific sets, so you have to have them yourself. What do you think about using 4x Pharaoh and 4x Stone Skin in Ancora for Arena? Pharaoh. Pharaoh protects you from the bombs, I guess. Right? Stone Skin protects you from just dying. I think that's okay. I think that's a lot of I don't know, that might be giving up a lot of stats for two specific sets on Ancora. Just to protect her from kind of like bombs, I guess. I don't know. Pharaoh to me still seems like mainly a bomb counter set. Um, Maybe just take another champion instead of Ancora versus bombs. Personally speaking, I have my Ancora in like a bolster set, bolster plus 4-piece stone skin. Some healing on her is really nice because she actually doesn't bring healing herself. So, what are you drinking? What is the drink of choice for the mastermind? It's some electrolyte drink. It's like powdered Gatorade, basically. Powdered Gatorade. I need my coffee. I haven't gotten my coffee yet. I started to stream before my coffee. I need to get ready to start work. I need to get ready to start work, so I probably have to end the stream relatively soon here. Just doing last ditch stuff here for my alt account. Let's check on my alt account. We're at 29,000. Big boy points here. Silver keys, we're gonna run that, sure. Technical question. How much res UDK need in Stone Skin and Aspect of Surrout to be relevant in LA endgame? I'd say at least 800. Like if you don't have 800, like you're not resisting anybody. You're not resisting anybody. So if you're like 600, that's just not good enough to if you're going to use it for resist, 600 is just not going to resist anything. I would say 800. Then you can probably start resisting some stuff. But I'm hearing people talk about 1,000 resistance and stuff like that. Even 800 is not enough in the end game. Um, Mikey Deacon starter link to Hanara code is godsend for beginners. Vulcan did 3-key Ultra Nightmare after 27 days. That's nice. That's really nice. I think somebody did do a challenge, a 1 month challenge to reach Ultra Nightmare top chest. I think it's possible. It's possible, especially with the freebies nowadays. Right? You pick the specific freebies that are very good in those areas, then yeah, you're gonna do well. I got the last champion for Lane Mikage. When is the right time to fuse? If you can wait, then a champion chase. Mikage is worth 1,000 points, right? The mythical champion could be very good. You have a Shure, and honestly, it's a bit overkill. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. The Shure mics. The Shure mics, yeah, 400, 500, $600 for those top end mics. Yeah. Main thing is understanding your filters is set up. You can make a 50 mic sound amazing if you know what you're doing. Exactly. Yeah. I hate it. I hate setting up that stuff because it's like it's a lot of trial and error, and then like I have to like watch tutorials on what I'm supposed to do, and it's like, ah, man, am I doing it right? And then it sounds bad, and then it sounds good, and then I move something or I change some setting, and then it sounds bad again. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, the settings part, the setting it up part is the big thing. Do you know the priority of appliance of baguette de jour watch submission? Uh, you know the priority of appliance of baguette de jour wand of submission. Oh man, so good. It's like half English, half French. I'm on day 40. I have managed to get all the turtles but Leo. I even have Shredder in April. Any idea what the event will be for Leo? Well, if if you believe in the leaks, it's going to be a hero's path. If you believe, if you believe what I've been saying for many months and what other people have been saying, is probably going to be shard related. So if you have a lot of shards, then it's probably going to be okay. But if you don't have shards, then it's probably going to be a bad time for you. Is Mariska good for Hydra and Chimera? I mean, if you don't have any better options, she's insane support, but she's not going to be like the best champion for those boss content. There's better champions than Mariska for those boss content. Mariska is just a insane like early game carry, first of all, versus dungeons, waves, Doom Tower. She's also insanely good in the arena, even currently. She's insanely good, and then she's insanely good with Taras, which I have. So there you go. What is the best blessing for 5-star for Maria for damage? So you're talking damage dealers for Maria or damage blessing. You're probably looking at something like Reaper. Reaper would be something that would be pretty good on Maria. Like I have Maria, she's pulled, but I didn't build her or anything like that. You're looking for blessings. Maria, I would say even something like Cruelty would be okay. Like depending what kind of team you're running her on. I mean, even something like War of the Fallen could be nuts. Like giving her the extra damage mitigation could be nuts. Phantom Touch could be nuts too. She does a lot of multi hits. She does a lot of extra turns. But I think the big thing is probably Soul Reaper. It's going to be pretty strong on her. She doesn't place any debuffs, so Nature Wrath not going to be that great. The other one would be Crushing Ren. 6-star Crushing Ren would be very good on her, of course. That's about it. That's about it. Unless you want to get really weird with Chainbreaker. I mean, that's one way to stop her is to control her. She has no like immunity to being controlled. She has damage boosting and damage mitigating passives, extra turns, no debuffs. But she can be controlled, right? And she can be kind of locked out, but not really because her A1 cycles back through the lockouts. So even locking her out is not going to really stop her, but she can be controlled. So CC her, like sleep, sheep, whatever, right? So I mean, you just think about it that way, but as a damage dealer, just pure damage, Reaper is probably okay, fair. Yeah, thanks Jedi. 1K resist. Good lord, yeah. Do you know when do we empower rares? They never said anything about rares, so it's probably not going to happen. What do you do for work? Don't really want to say, but I do have a full-time professional job. 200 void guarantee for Leo. No. How many is a lot of shards ready for Leo? In past events, it's between 20 and 25 sacred shards worth of points. So you can obviously use different type of shards and stuff for Leo. But yeah. 30 sacred shards enough? Probably, based on the guess, based on the estimates from previous. Maria on live, her A1 is unreliable for extra turns when it counts. Exactly. Like her ceiling is high, but she's, RNG, right? So it's a little bit frustrating, especially. Galathier, yeah. Galathier is nuts. I would love Galathier. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. A little bit of a short one. Really appreciate you guys all hanging out and just, participating in the chat and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys all have a great CVC. I will be releasing a video here shortly today, so make sure you guys drop on by. Make sure you guys give some love if you guys have the time for that. So I really, really would appreciate that. And yeah, if you guys want to connect with me outside of YouTube, I have a personal Discord. Make sure you guys drop on by. Thank you, K-Nubs, for dropping the link in the chat. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. Have a great CVC. Have a great day. Have a great week. And until I see you guys next time, yeah, we'll be around. So take care, guys. Have a great one.